Hello, Jernine Russell here again, Purpose Personified. I'm so glad to be back after a little bit of a summer break. What can I say? Back in my happy place, back in my favourite place to be, talking, which is what I do best, and just having conversations. So most people know, if you haven't watched before, that this is an assignment that God gave me 4 years ago. He asked me to talk to people about their purpose, to help others who are struggling or just need a little bit of direction when it comes to understanding purpose. I have been obedient. It hasn't been easy, but I'm still here going and just doing this for God and doing this for his kingdom, just to bring light and to just glorify everything that he has. And what can I say? I'm just really, really honoured to be here. Honoured that Kamden took her time out of her very busy schedule to be here with us. So I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Hi.
Tell us your name.
Yeah.
Tell us about what you are, who you are, not what you
who
are.
am I? So my name is Kamden. Who am I? I am a daughter of the Most High King, first and foremost. I am also a daughter of an incredible woman named Lisa. I'm a mother. I'm a mummy. To two incredible children. My daughter is 4 and my son is 6 months old. I have a passion for my community. I pour out whenever I can, especially women, young women. I feel like I have a ministry for young women. God has blessed me with a very analytical mind. So I'm able to use that a lot of the time to help people. I come from a line of counselors.
Oh, wow.
So my mum is a counselor. My aunt was a counselor. So I grew up a lot with the how are you feeling? No, how are you really feeling? And I naturally have the ability to now help a lot of people with the skills that I was taught growing up. Aside from that, I'm also a businesswoman. I have a successful nail bar business. I have 2 nail salons, one in Shoreditch and one in Canary Wharf. And yeah, I do other things as well. That's
Wow, that is a long list.
Yeah.
Are you sure you have 24 hours in a day?
I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, Lord, you really are my strength, because I don't know
You
how
don't
I
get much sleep then.
No, I mean, right now, no. I have a baby that's constantly on my bosom.
Yes.
So
I remember it.
Yeah. So not really.
Yes.
But yeah.
You make it happen.
Make it work.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So I was just briefly telling you that this is a ministry that I've been doing for a long time. Just been asked to do something and initially was like, oh my gosh, not me. I don't like cameras. I don't want to do it. I'm quite I can be quite a stubborn child. I don't know if you're one of those with dads. I don't know about your parents, but
I'm quite obedient.
are you?
Yeah,
that's good.
I am.
I
was always the good girl.
So was I. I'm
yeah.
obedient with my natural parents.
Yeah, no, I'm same with I think I felt the fear of God very young.
Okay.
And I felt like I'm more afraid of not doing the thing and than like just doing what I want to do. I think I learned quite quickly that if I keep doing what I want to do, I'm always going to have to come back around in the end, and then I'm just going to say I should have just done that at the beginning.
That is a whole word. Like, we literally need to caption exactly that. And mine isn't disobedience for disobedience sake, just from not. I've never been that child. I've been the good one. I don't like getting into trouble. Yeah. I'm quite compliant and stuff like that. The people, my husband would say otherwise. But with God, it's not that I don't want to do it. Sometimes it's that I'm scared or I think with this, I didn't think I had everything that I needed. But what I've learned is that
you do.
God knows what you have, and that's why he chose you.
Definitely.
And then it's just for you. He'll give you whatever else you need. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why the disobedience. And also, I think I've learned quite quickly walking with God that obedience is better, and it's as quickly as possible. Because it's the same thing what you just said. You end up in this cycle, or
it's up to you.
The same test will be presented to you until you pass it. So yes, I've quickly learnt. But I need to just go with it.
Do it.
Yeah,
but you're doing
I am.
it. This
yes,
is great.
Yes,
you are doing
I
it.
am doing it. I am. I just need to apply it with all of the other things that he's asked me. I have. Do you know what? I say that I am obedient because things that I've done, writing a book, all of the things that I'm like, really, I have done them. But there's a little bit of that moment of it's not doubting God, it's usually yourself. My own self. Right. So that's something that it's a work in progress, definitely. So I've been doing it for 4 years. Started off doing Instagram lives. Lovely. I think I did that for about almost 2 years. Instagram lives. It used to be every Monday, and it would just be in the comfort of our home. Half of it was in lockdown, so a lot of people were on live. And then one of my guests said, who is in the media world, was like, sis, I really feel like you need to upgrade and go into a studio and stuff like that. And I was like, okay. Then I got a phone call from another friend who's in media. He's like, oh yeah, I've opened a podcast studio. I was like, okay.
There you go.
And then I came. When I visited it, it's called Purpose Studios.
Yes, I saw when I walked through. I said, "Oh, love that."
I was like,
"It's meant to be."
That's definitely not a coincidence. So the rest is history. So we're here doing it. I do love it. I love conversations with people. I think I don't even know the first time I discovered you, but I knew you had a passion for women, and I knew that you did. What was your other academy called?
So Academy. My first ever business was called the Esther Academy. So I started that I did that about 10 years ago now.
Is that how long ago it is?
Yeah, it's been about 10
I don't
years.
think I found it 10 years ago, but I definitely saw it and thought, so I maybe started following, and I thought, you know what? I love what she's doing. Similar passion to my own. And I just seen you grow, and it's amazing. Really, really beautiful. And I really like this to be a platform for God to shine his light. More. Because I think people know what you do, but I feel like there's not enough light being shined. So that's why I don't want necessarily the people who everybody already knows about them. I feel like it's a platform for people to what's the word that I call it when I think of myself is like I wouldn't say unassuming, but I think it's the people that are quietly doing their thing.
They're not the ones on every podcast, on every Instagram live, on every event. They're the ones. There are other people that are doing stuff. So,
definitely, and doing amazing work. And also, this podcast is not like a lot of podcasts that I've seen. I like to watch a lot of faith-filled podcasts. I like wholesome content that helps me grow and just, empower me and stuff like that. I don't, I had a conversation on my way here. I'm not really interested in gossip and passo and all the rest of it. So I create things that I would want to listen to. Something that's going to, just help other people. So
lovely.
I just thought you'd be a perfect person to put in the light.
Thank you.
And
it's an honour.
I just to keep doing what you're doing, really.
Thank you.
And just to celebrate people doing amazing things.
Lovely.
So I always start with my first question. What does purpose mean to you?
Yes. So purpose for me is, I feel like it's quite simple. It honestly, it is what you said, is to shine the light of God in this world. I feel like we were put on this earth for a reason, and it is literally just to continue to build. And there's this, in the Bible, it says to work and keep the land until Jesus comes back for his bride. And our purpose is pretty much that.
Mm.
That is for me what
Purpose
purpose is. It's just, can someone look at me and say, I can see the Spirit of God in her? That is purpose. There's so much darkness outside now, and my job is to spread light. So
Love that.
yeah.
I really, really love that. And what is your purpose?
Yeah. So my purpose, my pastor refers to me as a kingdom builder. And at the beginning, when she first used to say it, I say, "Whoa, that sounds like a lot." But I started thinking about it, and I'm like, no, it's so true. The kingdom of God is massive, and he needs people in every aspect, every part of the world to build his kingdom. I mean, he doesn't need us. He's chosen us to do that. So, for me, my purpose is to continue to build God's kingdom. And I like the fact that God has chosen me to do it, but in a slightly, not to say a different way, but not necessarily, like I don't believe that, I'm not going to say that. Okay. I was going to say, I don't believe I've been called to, like, pastor a church or as such. It's not, I shouldn't say it because I don't know what God,
Yes, that's so true.
who knows. However, I do believe that God has put me in rooms that maybe I will appeal to people who may not have looked at going to a church, or they may think, oh, someone like me couldn't go to church, or someone like me couldn't, be a Christian. Or the fact that my businesses, that's my ministry too. People, a lot of my clients have no idea that they walk through my door, and they're being ministered to. My business is a reflection of God. Yes. So, I had an event last week at one of my salons, and a lady came up to me and she said, your salon has really good feng shui. And I said to her, the Spirit of God, darling. She was like, huh? Yeah. She was confused, but it's fine because I know what she was feeling was the Spirit of God. I spent a lot of time anointing my shops and praying over them, that when people come in, whether they know Jesus or not, whether they're ever going to get to know him or not, they've actually encountered in something that he has put his hand on. So my purpose is to continue to build things on this earth whilst I'm here, but they all will glorify his name, and also to impart, so my children legacy, making sure that when I'm gone, they're able to continue. And I could look at them. I've always said, one of my best friends thinks I'm crazy, but I always say I can't wait to get old and be like a grandma and sit. When I say grandma, I mean like an old lady. And sit and watch my grandkids and my great grandkids and just look at the fruits of my labor.
Wow.
And say, I did it. I know that when I go and meet my maker, he's going to say, well done, good and faithful servant. Yes. Like, you did what I asked you to do. So my purpose is truly to make sure that my ears are always tuned in to Holy Spirit. What do you want me to do today, this week, this month, this year, this season? And make sure that I can do my best at that. Yes. And in doing that, I know then I'm adding to the kingdom. So
that is amazing. And you've covered it on like so many levels as well.
Yeah.
But I love that. You know what? I wonder, I must ask, but I'm really fortunate that both of my grandmas are still alive. And one is 90, I feel like she's 93. Yeah. And the other one is 88. Yeah. So I really am going to ask them, like, actually my cousin sent me a video of her son playing with my grandma. It was like I literally had tears in my eyes because he's the youngest in the family and she's the eldest, and they were just having this little interaction. And I just think, wow, does she even look at it like that? I don't know if she does.
I don't know. I mean, I think that everyone is different. So some people, I do think naturally, because your children, if I think about my children, I look at them in amazement, like, I can't believe that you you came from me, you know.
Wait
So
till they get even older.
every
'cause I
year I'm like, how do you people do it that were
Do you know
mums of
what?
teenagers? And
I just literally, my second daughter just turned 16.
yeah, crazy. I can't even
And
think
I
of that.
still don't think I've even like
Has
processed
it
it.
clicked?
One of my friends asked me, "Oh,
Yeah.
like how are you feeling about it?"
Mm.
And I said, the week of her birthday, I didn't have time. I was just working like the whole week, so I didn't have that stillness like I normally do. But I don't know. I just can't fathom that I am. I look and think, these they're my children.
Yeah, I think that's what you said, stillness. I would like to think that when I'm of that age, I will be still.
Find moments to be still now, even in your.
I know. Yeah, I'm working on that.
As a, a big sister, you got to work on it.
Yeah,
and
I
even
do.
if you have to still it,
yeah,
because you can't wait until.
No,
I think we do
know.
that as people. Like, oh, I was
When
reading something.
one day-
When I do this and this and this, then I'm gonna be happy.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
Or
yeah.
this and
Well,
I know
yeah.
it's hard.
No, I do. I'm quite. I something that I've been working on the last year, I'd say, is balance. I read a book about balance, and I identified that was an area that I definitely struggle in. If I can over rampack my day, I will,
Really?
and it's really bad. So I've been doing this thing where I've started to say, "You're doing too much. You're doing too much." I might have like one or two things in my diary, and then someone will say, "Can you do this on that day?" And then naturally I would say, "Yeah, of course." But then I would look and say, "Now you're doing too much, girl. No, you can't." Tell them no. So I am learning to start to find restful moments, and just, I'm actually taking annual leave next week from.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so
I didn't know business owners did that.
yeah, right. But it's necessary because
course
it's like,
it is.
actually, yeah, I need to switch off too. So I'm working on it, definitely.
And it's, I think, good delegation as well.
Yes, yeah,
'Cause,
definitely.
yeah, I think a lot of that, I think, takes trust though.
Yeah, well,
Being able
I've
to
built,
have the right people. Yeah.
yeah, my business. You know what? When I fell pregnant with my daughter 4 years ago, I had to do that because I knew that, hang on, prior to getting pregnant, I was in my salons every day.
Oh.
Every single day, Monday to Sunday, even, like, just every day. If not, I was just doing everything. But it was very new. I mean, I fell pregnant with her when I was maybe, I would say, just under a year of starting the business.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was like it was new, so I had to I was in it every single day. But once I became pregnant, I said, look, I'm not going to be available as much. So I had to then start working on a process to make sure that this place can run if I'm unavailable. I read something years ago that said a business isn't successful unless it can run without you.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
yeah,
it's not a business.
It is.
Thankfully, that means you're an employee of the business.
Right. Thankfully, it is at a point now where, they don't need me at all. I go in there and I'm like, right, what do I do? Like,
get nails done.
Yeah, I literally sit down, just get my nails done then. But so yeah, I am now privileged in that sense of I can take breaks. Whether I choose to is a different story. But then I am now working on a new kind of operational project where, for the business, that I can actually step away from even the admin side. So the aim is that I'm going to be someone who just kind of oversees and just says yes, no, yes, no, yes. Yeah. And then I can focus on my kids, work on other things. And
you know what? I think one of the things, that we're going so off topic, but I think it's, I just used to say it, but when I look back on those early years of my children, if I could do something differently, it would just be spending more time, being more present. Yeah. Because I think as a mum who went back to work and stuff like that, your mind is like thinking about the next and and I think that's what I would say to, in the ways that you can.
Yeah.
Because these moments are, when people used to say it to me, I used to be like, what are you talking about? This feels like forever.
Yeah.
They've been little forever, and it's a lot.
Yeah.
But
No, I know.
when I
I'm
look
feeling it
back, and I
now.
think there's a little part of me that as they're getting older and being around like my friends or people with younger children, I'm like this auntie who's just like silly and on the floor, and you know, because not that I didn't do that, but I didn't have as much time to do that. So yeah, I think that's the bit that and if it allows you to, that's the whole point of having a business, isn't it? Is that it does give you those opportunities.
Yeah, definitely.
I read this thing the other day, and it said if your job or your business allows you to be at every one of, you know, the kids' assemblies or then you're successful.
Well, then yeah.
And I definitely would say that I'm successful because
that's good to know.
even though I worked,
I don't miss
that.
anything.
I don't miss. And there's 3 of them, so there was a lot of events. But yeah, that was always my priority because I always wanted them to see me sitting in the audience. I remember that feeling. Do you remember at primary school?
Yeah, my mum was very present. My mum was always there.
Yes.
So I remembered how much that meant to me.
Yes.
So I've always said I must be that for mine as
Definitely.
well.
That's good. That is good. So we spoke about your purpose. How did you know that this was your purpose? Because there's so many facets to it.
It's been a journey. I mean, look, I got saved nearly 20 years ago.
Oh, wow.
I gave my life to Christ when I was 13.
And
I got baptized at 14. So you can imagine the journey has been, I have 2 kids. I'm not married, you know. However, I think on that journey of doing my own thing.
Sorry to interrupt you. I'm not married yet.
Not married yet.
Put the comma, not the full stop.
I'm not married yet.
I had 3 children and wasn't married either, Kamden.
Okay.
But
yeah, I'm not married yet. During that journey of like figuring out my life, saying yes, Lord, but I'm doing my own thing really. Like, I think in that I started to, like I said at the beginning, like feeling the blows of life, realizing like, what am I doing? Why am I putting myself through some of these things when maybe I don't have to? But you say to yourself, yeah, but Lord, how am I going to stop this? And what am I going to, and what, you know? My late aunt, she passed a few years back, and she was like my wisdom teacher. And I asked her one question before she passed, and I said, if there was anything you could have done different in your life, what would that have been? And she said, I would have stopped doing the things that I wanted to do and just did the things that God told me to do. And I think maturity, and as I started to grow, I started to realize that, do you know what, this thing that I'm doing where I'm kind of like 1 foot in, 1 foot out is actually useless, and I need to pick a side. And when I then started to maybe commit more to my church, Bible studies, prayer meetings, doing a bit more than just turning up on a Sunday, I realized that, wow, it was like God just showed me a whole new world he opened the eyes of my heart truly, where I said, Lord, wow, I thought all this time, I mean, if you asked me this question maybe like 5 years ago, I would have said my purpose is to be successful, and my purpose is to be this and do that and make me a millionaire by the time I'm this and whatever. Starting to realize that none of them things are actually my purpose. My purpose is truly just you, Lord, and that's it. And I think the more and more I started to read the word and spend time with God, I started to just kind of discover that, and was able to make a decision that I didn't want to. I wanted more. I guess a hunger for Christ just started to grow. And then once you have that revelation of, oh wow, this is actually what I'm on this earth for, not me, not all the things that I thought I was, you just kind of, it
It sounds like you finally submitted.
Yes.
Because I feel like we make decisions, we do, you know, say, right, okay.
Yeah.
Yesterday at church, quite a few people gave their life to Christ, and they said, you know, they spoke the declaration.
Yeah.
And I thought, wow.
Yeah.
You know, and one of them was this little boy, and when Pastor asked, he put his hand straight up. Nobody else. And then people started to, and there was a load of people, and I was thinking, do you really understand what you've just done? Like, I don't, that's what I kept thinking.
I didn't know. I didn't understand
the enormity of it. But also, I'm actually writing a book about this at the moment.
Lovely, yeah.
Because, so I write books that God asks me to write, and he asked me to speak about faith, because I wanted a book that I could read when I first gave my life to Christ, to know what was coming.
What are you doing? What are you actually doing?
Because what are you actually
doing?
doing? Not, you know, for lots of reasons. Why? Because, whoa, this is a big old decision that you've made. But not only that, there's lots of things that I wish I had known, or that people had spoken to me about. Obedience was one of them. I wish someone had told me about obedience and, you know, relationship with God. And there's so much. So I'm writing it for, I always write it for, it's almost like I'm writing it for me.
Yeah.
When I wrote the book about having a baby, it's because I needed something at that time, you know. And so, yeah, this is my thing, is trying to remember in 2009 when I got baptized, what did I need? It's almost like something to hold your hand through the journey.
Yeah, I definitely think that I didn't know what I was. I knew, I felt the Spirit of God, and that was enough for me to say, yes, I want that, you know. Whether I knew, I had no idea what that meant by answering that call. So like you said, submission is a different thing. That takes, some people get it quicker, some people take a bit longer.
Some people never
actually submit. Yeah.
Definitely.
So
wow. Okay. So walk us through the different steps that you took to work out what your purpose was.
Yeah. So I think there was definitely times of like sometimes you need to just stop what you're doing. I think once like I said, once I got to that point of like revelation, it was like whoa, okay, I need a minute out here, because I had, my life looked a certain way, and Lord, you know, what does this mean then, you know? I took time to just be still for quite a bit, and just kind of listen, observe, like, Lord, is this what you're really saying? What do you want me to do? What changes do I need to make? And hard ones that took some time to do. And then I guess once I got to that point of like, right, making certain changes where he can become a priority, I naturally just started to understand the shift just happened, that my mindset just changed on, oh, you know, I believe the word. So as I'm reading, I'm realizing that this is what you need me here for. This is what I'm actually supposed to be focusing on, you know, your will, not mine. Like, yeah, I want all these things, but actually, you actually know better. I think when you've been burnt enough from your decisions, you realize, actually, like, I'm happy for you to just do your thing.
That's
and
the
I'll
bit
just,
that I like, actually.
What you like,
that he makes a decision instead of me.
Yeah, because I'm not the,
I definitely don't know.
I don't want to make the decisions. I don't want to be the one to have to like try and figure it out.
It's a big responsibility. I'm like, okay,
It's
you
fine.
know much better than me.
So,
I will just, I think the other thing that one of the chapters is talking about waiting. Because I was talking to someone about, they were waiting on something, and I said, listen, part of the walk, one of the things with God, you gotta get good at waiting.
Yeah, definitely.
And you know, it's the word patience is one of the fruits of the Spirit, but it's also, it's not how it. Oh gosh, I'm trying to remember the exact quote.
It's about how
it's
you
not
wait.
how you wait.
Right.
It's about your attitude
Yeah.
in how you wait.
Yeah. It's about your posture.
Yeah. And I think patience, people think, oh, you know, I have this battle. I feel like when you have children, it helps your patience.
Yeah.
But then my 17-year-old said, oh, Mum, you haven't got any patience. And I thought, being your mum,
Trust me, I do.
I definitely do. But yeah, it's, I'm going to put the quote up. I've got it. It's a little meme that I've got. And it's just your stance, just how you approach the waiting.
Of course, yeah.
Not moaning.
Yeah.
Because
it's like what you said before. It's not about the destination.
Yes.
It is, but it's also about the process.
Yeah.
If that wasn't important, God would just we just get things straight away. If someone can wait 2 years for something, but they were moaning the whole time, they were stressed, they were this, they were doing all these things, and it's like, you're not ready. Then you think you're just all right. I'm waiting, but I'm not I'm begrudgingly waiting, rather than keep going every day, like, Lord, give us this daily bread for a reason, because every day I might get tested. Every day I might, you know, and you're gonna need to continue to check your posture, like your stance. So
yes, that is, I think it's I'm still working on it. There's some things that that's what I was going to say. If God was to give us everything, he'd be like this genie, for one. And two, the reason that I think he waits, so this is what I have interpreted it as, he needs you to be dependent on him.
Yeah, of course.
Right now you've got a baby who depends for everything. That's how we are supposed to be with God.
100%. Yeah.
And
definitely.
you know, I think there's a lot of teaching that I got through my children. Even sometimes watching, I've watched this old video, I can't remember what, my son was maybe in like year 2 or something. He was little, and that morning it'd been a bit of a nightmare getting him out the house, getting him on, and he was just like, everything I asked him to do, he was just having this like full old tantrum. Anyway, dropped him off, got there on time, and I sat in the car, and it's almost like God said, that's exactly what you look like to me. And I was like,
wow.
Oh my, and I used to get these revelations and I watch these things and I think, oh my gosh, because I needed that. So I don't want to look like how he looks with this tantrum and this, like, I say to him, right, I'm going to make you something to eat and you want it now. Well, I need to cook it.
Yeah, definitely.
Otherwise, you want to eat raw chicken, or do you know what I mean? Exactly. So I think about these things. It's also about the process and the journey that God is taking on us, or, you know, he needs us to develop before he can. You're not going to give your son chicken to eat when he's 6 months old.
No, they're not ready for.
His digestive system is not ready. So I can't give you all the things that you really want, because I don't even know if you're ready for it.
Yeah, a lot of the time we're not. And like you said, I say this to my mum all the time. Some people want God to be their genie, like, give me what I want, you know, and we don't know what he knows exactly what we need at every step. We might not like it, or, you know, things might be hard, but it's deeper than that. It's a lot deeper than that. Are we ready for half
Definitely.
of it?
Preparation is what I say, you know. I think about the things my husband always goes on about, how I made him wait for 2 hours on the day that we was getting married, right? And I said, but you made me wait 15 years.
Wow.
So
don't say it again.
Do you know what I mean? Every time he tries to bring it up, I'm like, but I think about that journey of waiting, right? And there was moments of like crying, there was moments of thinking, oh, I'm not good enough, and all of these different things. And I remember going out with my brother and sister, I think it was the eve of my birthday. So we went out, I can remember the restaurant, everything was in Kamden, and I literally broke down to them and was like, I've got 3 children, we've built a life together, and he's still, and I was just having like and the next day he proposed.
Oh wow.
And it was like, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But there was all of this, do you know what I mean? Tantrums and all of this questioning. And it's like, well, I've got it waiting for you.
Yeah.
But you just have to prepare. And I think, you know what? in retrospect, I'm glad that we had those
Yeah.
years to build a foundation, and because I don't know whether
what it would have been like.
do you know what I'm yeah.
Mhm.
So there's lots of practice that we kind of had before the marriage. So yeah, I think I've learnt to be patient in waiting, and to trust God.
Yeah.
I think that is one of the things that I'm still trying to get better.
It's a hard one.
It
But
is.
yeah, trust is definitely trust. It's something that is it can be difficult, because as we always, as humans, we refer to like our earthly kind of memory of what trust should be. It's something I struggled with. You know, I didn't grow up with my dad, so I didn't understand how what a father should be. Like trust in a man. I only really had my women in my life, my mum and her sisters. So it was like, when I really started to get to know the Lord, I said, well, it was very, I went through a period of struggling to trust, and to really, like, even today, like, there's a level of me that is quite, you could say, like a bit hyper independent, like, just I've always figured it out on my own. So learning to let go of that control is hard. It is really tough.
But, I think, do you know what, I really have learnt so much just through reading God's word about as a woman, and like submission is, you know, a really big thing. And, you know, like in our kind of, you know, I was raised by an independent woman as well, and it's like you get all them songs, Destiny's Child, and all this thing, like, I could do, you know what I mean? And it's like, actually, that's not what God is saying at all. He's trying to teach us to rely and to depend on him. And our husbands are supposed to be, you know, model Christ, isn't it? Right. So we've got to then be able to do that with that person as well. So I've had to unlearn and to relearn and to, like, I'm still working on it, because there is that sense of like, that's how I've been raised.
It's like your second nature. But
but it is, you got to do some unlearning. I've learned that over the years. I'm sure, you know, coming from lots of therapists around you, they speak about unlearning a lot. So definitely. I think the way that we're programmed is, and it's being open to learn, because we don't know everything.
No. I think that's one of, you know, I thank God in the sense of, he has blessed me with some gifts, where one is it's like a, how do you say, like, one side of it is I really want to always improve. So I'm always quite receptive to hearing criticism. I might not always like it at first. Sometimes certain things can be a bit of an ouch. Delivery is key, because sometimes I might say, excuse me, like, I'm not listening to you. But then I'll often go back and say, do you know what, is there truth in what was said, and how do I take that on? How do I if there areas that I need to change, you know? Because I'm not afraid of I'm not perfect. Some people, it's like, I don't need to be perfect, and I'm happy to be, tell me, how do I do this better next time? There is a little bit of it's like a catch-22 though, because it's like, am I still striving for perfection by trying to say, right, how do I get better at this? How do I do more? I
think that's what God wants from us.
I guess.
And I think of it, I've had that, you know, and I think I've struggled with wanting to, like, that perfection and whatever, but I'm trying to be like Christ, who is perfect.
Right, it's true.
So I am striving for perfection in some respects, but I also have to give myself grace in that I'm not him, so I'm not going to do everything in the way that he does. Definitely. But I think it's a constant. But I've got an extremely great example. And I can just try and walk towards it. I'm never going to be that.
No.
But I'll do my best.
I say it every day. I'm so thankful for his mercy.
Oh my gosh.
And his grace.
Mercy and grace are like, I think if I had to rename my children, I think they might have got some of those names. Grace is, I think,
Yeah,
that's the one I like the
definitely.
most.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mercy, that happens as well. But I think
Definitely.
we do. I look and I laugh and I just think I'm just thankful to be, in that space where that is my focus.
Yeah.
Because you can get so distracted by.
Yeah. It's quite freeing. If I look back till before I was in this space in my life, when I think back, I think, oh my, I was in bondage. I was so attached to things that were actually just causing me so much more dis-ease in my life, rather than now, like, things happen. Business is tough, all these things, of course, but there's like a level of peace. It is peace that surpasses all understanding.
That's when you know that you've hit something.
It's like,
because a lot of people, we spoke about this after church yesterday, and they were talking about the boat, right? And the disciples are in the boat and they're starting to, oh my gosh, and it's like, but Jesus is just there. So I think of that analogy of life, like, okay, whatever's coming, whatever storm, whatever COVID I think of, right? Listen, I had this peace that I don't know how to, all this uncertainty, all this statistics of this and that. And I remember at the beginning of COVID, myself and my husband were really unwell, and like, people are trying, I ain't got COVID, I got a cough, mate. Like, do you know what I mean? This is not, why are we putting anything on this? I am God's child.
So what do you believe?
That is, and I think my faith definitely grew. And I remember praying and asking him when they were saying about this jab and whatever. I remember praying and I said, look, God, all you need to do is tell me. If you want me to have this thing, I will. But if you don't say anything, then I won't. And that's how I made my decision in the end, because I was like, I don't know what these people are talking about. You know? And I just think every single decision that I make, I'm not making it without you.
100%.
And the other thing that I'm learning to do is to walk, not to just not do it, but to walk a little step.
And then
until he says yes or no. So like, okay, I'm going for this, I don't know, whatever it is, a new job. I don't know if this is your will, Dad, but let me know. Shut the door if it's not, open it if it is. And that's how I leave it. And then it helps me to manage everything. Because disappointment is another thing. I feel like I feel like I need to put that one. I haven't put that one as a chapter, but I think I need to.
It's big.
I think that is something that I wish somebody had spoken to me about. And that doesn't mean that God doesn't love you or that he's not there with you, but that's just when he makes a decision that you don't necessarily like, sometimes you are disappointed.
Of course. I think disappointment is something, the way I look at it is like, it really, again, it goes back to the mindset of your will over mine. And if you can, it's hard that it's like, sometimes if I'm going for something that I really, really want, I would try and it's like, you have to be really careful not to idolize things. And if you can kind of keep that level of, Lord, I really want this, but whatever you say, and then kind of wait it out. And then if you don't get that thing, you might have a little bit of a, oh, okay. But then, Lord, I trust you then for the right thing, because I know you love me. So I know you're actually you're gonna give me what I need right now. It may not look what I thought it was meant to be. But trying to keep that level-headedness of, you know.
That is so good. I feel like you're just, really speaking to me at the moment. So what advice would you give to someone who's trying to find their purpose?
Surrender. I'm sorry, that's the only thing I can say. Sometimes as well, I speak to a lot of young women and I try and say, like, you have to get to the point where you realize it's not about you. It's actually, it's bigger than you. It's bigger than you and the desires of your heart. God already knows those things, that they're minors. Like, house, car, husband, kids, holiday, business, success, whatever it is. Those things are like, those are just the things I believe God wants us to enjoy. And we'll all get them at different stages or different things, different like times in our different walks of life we'll have. But ultimately, purpose, it's bigger than you.
Yes.
And it really is about kind of just moving yourself out of the way a little bit. Try to not think so much about what I want, and I'm struggling to, I hear all the time from people, I don't know what I'm doing with my life, and I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do, or I've lost direction, or, I'm struggling to find my purpose. And it's kind of like understanding that just move yourself out the way a bit. It's quite hard for people who don't have that relationship with Jesus.
Yes, I think that is,
Yeah.
to me, I don't know, I think it's quite essential.
Yeah, it is. It is. And it's like I used to mentor back in the day, and I guess when I was a little bit more timid in my faith, where I wouldn't want to mention like faith as such, because some people are not saved. But ultimately, where I'm at, it's like I don't really know what to tell you if you're not trying to seek God, because unfortunately the reality is then you are going to be just kind of going around in circles. I don't believe there's much purpose of this world. You will get the car. I've had the things. I've had the car, the engagement, the lavish, all the things. I've had all those things, and none of your purpose doesn't lie in any of those things.
So true.
The business, the success, you name it. I know I've not made millions yet, but the more money, more problems a lot of the time, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So the more and more my business is making more money and becoming more successful, that's great and everything. But the more grace I need, the more I'm like,
more
Lord, I
you're
need
relying
you.
on
Yeah, this is hard. The more employees I have, the more my phone don't stop ringing.
Yeah, because
So
managing people,
the more bills that come through the door, the more everything just increases. And the reality is, you need to have someone that you are, and the only person is God, but you need to have something higher than you. You can't be, my advice would be, you can't be at the top. Your purpose isn't about you. It's about the mark you're leaving, and surrender, because then you'll have an easier ride with Jesus.
I love that. I love that. Oh my gosh. I feel like we did that in record time.
Really?
But it was just so, I don't know. It's reaffirming some things that I've been thinking about and speaking about with other people, but it's also given me new points to write, because I've been procrastinating, but I try to explain to people, right, that creativity, it comes from God, but it also, I have to be in a certain space, if that makes sense.
Yeah, of course.
So I've had a daughter doing GCSEs.
Yeah.
I've had a son in year 6 where there was about 1 million different events and things and all these different things. My eldest was doing exams and
But nothing before it's time.
No, I know, but I just also think that I take too long.
Right. Yeah.
That book took 10 years to write.
Right.
Not because it took 10 years to write, but because
of do it. Yeah.
And it's
life it does. Life can really get in the way.
Yeah, it does. I just need to. Sometimes you have to, like you have to dedicate that time to taking time off.
Yeah.
I also have to dedicate time to writing it, because I did say that I wanted it to be launched this year, and we don't have a lot of time left. So I need to get to it.
I always tell people, push yourself. But don't be too hard on yourself.
And I'm not pushing myself as much as I can.
You're gonna have to get to any level of like, you have to push. You have to do a little bit extra.
And I know this, but I just think sometimes you just make excuses, or you can let things get in the way. But I have said to myself, right, I have to dedicate. I'm good in the mornings. Like, I'm a real early bird. I could get up.
Yeah,
like
not like
4,
that.
5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, I've been striving for that for years now.
Well, the thing is, you need to know what your thing is. So my bestie is a night owl. So she will stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning. I can't do that. I'm unproductive.
Yeah.
I'm not very creative. That's just not my time.
Yeah. I think with creative, because I'm quite a creative, and I always see it as I have, like, you know, like an artist, you have times where you have all the inspiration to draw, and then sometimes like a blank, I can't see anything. I can't draw.
That's how I'm
And
at the moment.
and I think that's okay though, because
Yeah.
it's an organic thing that's coming from you, and if you're not in that space, you can create something, but it will
I was going to say, but you
probably
can
just
delete
delete it
space.
you
can, and
you
that's what I think I haven't
Right.
done. I keep saying, oh yeah, I'll go away for
And
a couple of days and do it.
Yeah.
And I haven't done that. I haven't been able to. But there are times, mornings are really nice for me, and I used to do it. Whenever I study, I like to study, I like learning. So I did the counselling course, actually, amazing Christian counselling course. And I'm like, things were busy then. But I used to get up in the mornings early before the kids woke up to do my assignments and to do my reading. So it's just, it's about being a little bit more disciplined. I can get up to go gym in the morning. So like all of those things are doable. Yeah. So but it is giving myself grace at the same time. But it's good. It's lovely to sit down and have the conversation. And just wishing you all the best in all of your endeavours. And I just feel like more young Black women, and I'm thinking of like my daughters, hearing your conversation about how you've done it, and because I think people just see the outcome.
And I'm trying to do that. I've been trying to. I've got a cousin who, she's constantly like, you need to share more, because I don't want people to just see the end result. I want people to see the journey and to see that, you know, they can look at me and say like, oh, she's like, oh, she did this, she did that, you know, that it's achievable. Things are, you know, possible. So,
Definitely. So thank you again for
thank you
taking
for
time. I
having
hope you
me.
haven't squeezed too many things into your day today.
I'm actually going to the spa this afternoon.
Oh, lovely. Oh, I love to
My
hear
best friend was like, you need a day off. And she was like, I'm booking us into the spa. So I'm actually like foreignly inside. I'm like, am I really like just going to the spa on a Monday afternoon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
Hell yeah.
I am.
Not hell yeah, but you know what I mean. I mean,
yeah.
But yeah, you deserve that. And I think it
today.
is definitely creating that space for your, you know, my thing is like, I just go for walks. There's a place that I go to, and when that boat gets rocky, I go to this place, and then that is it. And I sometimes do that after the school run, before my first meeting. But even if it's 10 minutes, I've just had 10 minutes of stillness, where I just literally meet, as I say, it's my meeting with Jesus. Like we sit there, we have a little conversation. Some days I can spend an hour, even if it's 10 minutes. I go, and then there's something that just happens inside me that is like, okay, all of those things, you know, like, I don't know, I've got that brain that just goes,
all the tabs are open.
The tabs are open.
Yeah.
Do you know what's mad? Because my tabs are open on my computer the same way that my head is, and I'm just like, actually, writing lists help me as well.
Oh, I'm a list girl.
I am. I love to tick my thing.
Yeah. I used to, when I was from like young, I've always had post-it notes all over everywhere. I've got a phone list. I've got this list. I've got write that. I am a bit of a lister.
Systems that help you to manage it all. But it's been a blessing.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Enjoy the spa.
I will. Thank you.
Thank you for listening, and we hope that you've enjoyed this episode. Like, share and subscribe, and just be blessed. Take care. Bye.